Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back. I'm getting the cards shuffled. I am excited to be here with you. I wish it was on better circumstances. And today we are going to find out what Jesus, because that's the only person I allow to talk to me while I do these cards. I don't want to do divination or any of that. I just want to talk to God, Jesus, my Savior. He's not going to lie to me. And if it's not there, it's not there. He's going to show me the truth. And I truly believe that. So remember, I'm not a psychic. I don't play one on TV. I am not a medium. I never talk to the dead. Jesus is my Savior. And with that being said, let's get over to the reading screen and get going. Now, I got this camera. I'm not a cameraman, so bear with me. But that being said, is this ransom letter real? Here's some things we're going to talk about. If we get the Seven of Swords, liar, cheater, thiefer, that means that ransom's not real. If we get the Magician, that's an illusionist, a tricker, that means they're not real. If we get Six of Cups, that means this is somebody that Nancy knows and has known since either she was a child or they were a child, years and years. And if we get the Fool card, it could hint that it's somebody that was being very, very foolish that wanted a brand new beginning. All right. So Seven of Swords is the liar, cheater, thiefer card. They're lying. It was not a real ransom. Okay. Magician, trickery, right? Illusion. So these are the cards we want to pay attention to. Let me do this little vote so that I can see the chat. Hello, everyone. Let me get my footing clear here. I've got a doggy bed under desk. One of them moved it under my desk. Okay, notification is out. I know we're starting a little early. That's okay. We're going to roll with it. Let's get this going. Now, in this live, you guys, I'm going to answer the questions and ask the questions. But in the next live, I'm going to hand it over to our private eyes, who are sponsors of the channel. Let them ask the questions, and the rest of us can tune in and see what the answers are. That being said, let's get going with this one. Let's start with this little True Crime Oracle deck. Most of the decks I have in the shop, and that address is right here if you were wanting that at 1111decks.com. How I pay my bills. Okay. I think the cards are pretty messed up and shuffled. Show me what we need to see, Jesus, when it comes to Nancy Guthrie and the ransom letters. Show me the clues we need to see of the ransom letters on Nancy Guthrie, and thank you. Cult, damn. Well, I'm done. The reading's over. No, I'm joking. Cult. Are you seeing this? What have we been talking about? What were my dreams about? For those of you that didn't know, I've been getting woke up at 3:34 every morning. I said all this in a live right before, the day before Savannah goes live, or not live, but in the Today Show interview, and states she's been woke up every single night. Why? The reason for me is because I dreamed of this cult. It was in my dream, it was Annie and Tommaso, and I had a hold of his cloak, and they were in a cult, and I won't even go into what I saw. You can go back and watch that live where I shared that, but we have cult. What are the clues about this ransom that we need to see? We've got cult. Well, look at this whole connection between Tommaso, who is connected to DJ Mojito of the Congress, right? Club Congress. He's a resident DJ. Tommaso is hanging out there doing his sets with his band with the resident DJ Mojito. Mojito is really close in calling the secret mutilator, aka Derek Kalila, Dad. Derek Kalila, aka secret mutilator, is also the one that contacted Annie and Tommaso about the ransom. So it all goes hand in hand. Can't even make that up. Let's continue. What other secrets, Jesus, do we need to see about that ransom note when it comes to Nancy Guthrie? Thank you. Debt. Look at that. The debit card, right? Debt. Somehow, debt and money is connected to the ransom. So we have cult and we have debt. Maybe they were getting paid. Carla Burgeon, 20 months. You get this goat. Woo! Thank you, love, for being supportive to our channel, to our family here at 1111, all our PIs. And thank you so much for being a PI for 20 months. That's beautiful. What do I... Y'all, on the top of the deck, I'm shuffling and I got the family card up. When did that happen? I'd have to replay. Look at this. There's your answers. Right there. How can it go right along with one of my theories? We have the debt of the family. We have a cult. Come on, secret mutilator. Oh, and Annie said that in her book that Tommaso is the secret manifester. You know what the manifester is? The magician card. What's the magician card? An illusionist. Okay? Okay? I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to get into the tarot. What were the cards? Do you remember? Are you learning this with me? All right, stay with me. 7 of Swords, liar, cheater, thiefer card. 6 of Cups. Nancy's either known them since she was a child, or they've known her since they were a child. The Magician. I'm looking for the Magician, right? That's going to tell me that this ransom note was an illusion. So if any of that comes out, you got your answers right there. And there are other cards, but we'll get into them. But that way, if you're not used to reading tarot, it's not, that you're not interested, you just don't know, you know ahead of time. Let's see. Jesus, show me. Show me. Show me what we need to see about that ransom letter. Show me the clues we need to see about that ransom note on Nancy Guthrie that was asking. So we have a stinky offer. There's something wrong with the offer. Obviously, you took a person's against their free will. That's a stinky ass offer, to hold somebody hostage and ask for money. So we have the stinky offer recognized. And it's falling in line with the cult. It's falling in line with the cult. The Page of Cups is a bad offer. And that could insinuate a bad offer. It could be seen as, unmoral. Okay? That would definitely be hostage. Or it could be seen as it's a bad offer. It's not real. We'll find out more. Let's continue. We have 9 of Cups, abundance. So something in super abundance. You can see this as the bartender. You can see this as the bar. Okay. We got cult. We got bar. We got debt. Look at this with the stinky offer. Is the cult making the stinky offer? Right? Is there debt because somebody is living above their means? Let me just jump over here. We'll come back to the cards. But how do Annie and Tommaso pay for a $700 and whatever amount, $700,000 home when he doesn't even have his teaching job anymore? Okay? And he's in a little band that does a gig once in a while for probably $500 on the weekend. Have they incurred debt? And is it about the house? So we have Colt, we have Page of Cups, that stinky offer. I mean, do you want the fish in the cup? No, because it's a stinky offer. He's like, here, take my fish in the cup. You're like, I don't want the stinky fish in the cup, right? But look at the cups. Cups are all about water energy, which is emotion. It's feelings, it's energy in motion, emotion, energy in motion. And so this is actively engaging in your feelings, just like we're seeing with the ransom letters in the, oh, I'm so sorry, on the second one, she's passed over to God. What is that about? Okay? Who's going to do that? Let's see what family brings up. Get ready. I've got goosies already. Family. Show me why. Family card with a ransom note. And that could even be implying that that ransom note was written by family, if you feel me, that are connected to a cult and have big debt, that made a stinky ass offer because they are living above their means. Show me why family is being the clue to this ransom note. King of Wands, it's in reverse. And the deck's upright with on the bottom of the deck. Liar, cheater, thiefer, boom, 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 predicted it. So the King of Wands, when it's in this position, is considered the reverse. Even though it's upside down, it's considered a reverse tarot card. Why? You start off thinking about what the meaning is. This is the King of Wands. This is somebody that's got salamanders all over his cloak and all over his banner. He holds his phallic wand because he's in control. He is slick like a salamander. And he's in and out. He's unpredictable. And in the true crime tarot, he is the drug dealer on speed dial. He's the secret mutilator kind of energy. Okay? That is falling underneath family. But what's also right next to family is the liar, cheater, thiefer card. Do we look under it? Do we dare? Let's look. Oh, look, we're going to get the story. All right, let's move it on down. Right over here. And then we're going to get into what really happened. We're walking the deck. All right, you guys. Now, after this reading, I'm going to hand it over to our very beautiful and so generous private eyes. And they're so brilliant. They study these cases, deep, deep dives. They know these cases. And they're going to be asking the questions and we'll pull the cards for the answers. And that's coming up next. So don't go anywhere. We're going to make a jump from this live to our next live in order to view what they're asking. All right? But let's see what happens when we walk this deck about the cult, the debt, and the family. Along with, well, a stinky offer, a debt, but wanting abundance, and family with the drug dealer on speed dial. We have that liar, cheater, thiefer. I told you, if we get that in the reading, that means that the ransom note is fake. I'm getting it with the word family. Next, we'll put it right here. We have the Three of Wands. If you get the Two of Wands, it's a plan. If you get the Three of Wands, it's a plan that action got taken on. So you can make plan all day to have spaghetti for supper, but if you don't take the action to cook it, you're going to have to figure it out because you're not going to have spaghetti for supper. So this is getting the spaghetti for supper because the plan and then the follow-through happened. The Chariot. This is a win situation, a win-win. They were going to win at all costs, and it had nothing to do with ransom, I believe. I believe that their win is because they had a different goal. How could you win if it was ransom? You never got the money. You lost. You lost big time. You gained nothing. The only way you're going to get a win-win is if the motive was to get rid of Nancy. Then you get the Chariot card. I'm going to come up to top side a minute. When I see the Chariot card right here, you know what makes me think of things? Is the Uber. Because this is wheels. This is a vehicle. The Uber. Who has their mother Uber over? It could be you're sick of driving her around. You're sick of the responsibility and you're just over it. Chariot. So, winning. They planned on winning. And they won. In their book, they were successful. Whoever this was. So who was successful? Was it political? I don't believe so. Because I said earlier in the video before this, make sure you check that out. It was either family or political, because it sure ain't ransom. There's no urgency, no proof of life, no proof you had her, no life-saving measures. The timeline goes on for days. You can pay me this week or next week, whatever. And then the whole apology letter, no. So we have family on the board, right, with the Chariot. And then we have the truth being spoken. Is that by me? Perhaps so. This is the truth speaker. This is also could be seen as a lawyer. We have the travel cards. So we have the removal of Nancy. And it has made the family, this is the family card, heightened emotions. And this is celebrating today. I can feel this celebration. Family celebrating. Why would they be celebrating over a win when their mother's missing? Remember, everything I share is alleged. Unless the goal was to get rid of Nancy, get rid of the responsibilities, and pack really, really light, right? They may have gotten rid of the dog too ahead of time and pack really, really light so that they can have a new beginning, which is very foolish. So what they wanted to do, I can already see the Devil card. Can you see the top of the Devil card? It's coming. They made up a toxic plan, and that was to abandon the responsibility, right? Look, this person, they can't walk very far. Neither could Nancy. This person's in a cast. This person's barefoot in snow. This is Five of Pentacles. This is abandonment. And it's because they were sick of being attached to her demands, her requirements. Her life became their responsibility. You can see they're chained to each other. And that's how the family felt, is chained to Nancy. And so you have the Emperor. What about the Emperor? Hired someone. This is the hiring guy, the boss, right? The Emperor's the boss. The one that set this plan into motion. I've always think of it, in my personal belief, that this could possibly be Tommaso. I don't know. I'm just saying, in my opinion, it may be. We have this Page of Pentacles, a little offering to someone. But this is a new energy that's saying, hey, I could get some money, right? So, was that the plan? To hire some pipsqueaks, like the Secret Mutilator or whoever, to balance out? Because justice is not what it appears when it comes to the tarot. Justice is in the eye of the beholder. If you feel injustice, something is unjust because all the responsibility is on your plate, while your sister's off having a brand new wonderful life and hanging out with Carson daily, and you're back here helping your mom all the time, and you don't even have time to take care of yourself, and your sister's got all the money but you ain't got squat. Somebody may have said, well, let's balance that out. We have a lot of confusion, a lot of offers, a lot of different ways. But the truth is the ransom, was it real? No. This is the decision to cut something out of your life that no longer is serving you. The Two of Pentacles. This guy's staying on one foot. He's been juggling for days. He keeps all the plates in the air. Spin this one, spin that one, spin this one, spin that one. And he's making a decision. Choose are about decisions. He's making a choice to put one of these plates down because he's done with the responsibility of making that plate stay in the air. And then you have the Victim card and the Mother card. You can see that this Empress is pregnant. She is pregnant with abundance. Not necessarily a human baby, a life, but abundance. And this is someone sitting on their throne, being waited on, catered to, could be demanding at times. And that's what they were done with. Because they wanted to live freely. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This is the solo, independent card. I don't have that other person any longer. I am good on my own. Because they've cut this person out of their life. And so now they've got the solo. Finally, I can breathe. I don't have to wait on that call from my mom. I don't have to make sure she got to her doctor appointment. I don't even got to pay the subscription to the rain cam. So, we take swift action and communicate about a ransom. This is that ransom. Swift action, right? This is the one that delivers the swords, so words, right? Swords, ransom are words, delivers the message. The knight comes in for the king and the queen and delivers the message. There's a ransom being delivered, communicated. 8 Wands is all about fast communication. All about this big payout. Ace of Pentacles. It's to the new place where you'll be solo as the 9 of Pentacles. It's all about, hey, we want this. And look at that. I told you. If we get the 6 of Cups, and indeed we do, that is because either Nancy has known this person since they were a child, or this person has known Nancy since she was a child. And then it comes back to the Sun. Everything I've shared with you, clear. There's nothing to confuse us in this reading. And does Sun mean son-in-law? See, this is the freedom card, right? This is the freedom card. Free as a baby, riding on a horse in the sun. Because somebody played dirty. They took away the swords, the words. They took everything away. See, these people are defenseless. They can't defend themselves. This guy took everybody's words away. This is winning at all costs. And that's because they're tired of being on contract. Contract to be responsible for the mother. This is the contract. This is establishment of the way things always are. This is them following the pledge to always take care of the mother. And the decision came, the 2 of Swords. To abandon it, walk away from the whole responsibility. This guy, he's like, look, I've collected 8 cups and I am dissatisfied. I'm out of here. I'm going to take a journey. I'm going to go find my happiness, find my own damn cup. And look, 2 cups are missing. There's Tommaso and Annie. Are those the cups, right? Strength card, Leo energy. But it's taming the beast in their life. And the seer has spoken. All right, you guys, that is my read today. Wow, I'll come up and we can do top side. But I do not believe that ransom note is real. Family debt cult kind of summed it up in the beginning. Of course, we did get a lot of follow through. The cards were clear as water. That was interesting. It always helps for me to have a couple days off from a reading to gain the clarity in the next reading. I'm coming up to top side. Let me close some of these windows that keep popping up. See how everybody's doing. All right. Hi, Tamison. It was on YouTube update. I wanted to find out what happened to the dog because I love animals. We have found out in previous readings that it is alleged that the dog was poisoned to take the dog out much earlier and tidy up loose ends. And it's heartbreaking. Yeah, Nancy's dog died in December, right? That was straightforward, Jennyville. I mean, can't even make it up. All right, my lovelies, are you wanting to ask your questions? I would like to thank all of you for tuning in. Whether you're in Replay Crew, which I put some wonderful treats in the Replay Lounge for all of my beautiful Replay Crew, or maybe you're in the live audience, not in the chat. Thank you, my beautiful. Help yourself out to some of those snacks. And then also thank my live audience and thank every single one of you for hyping the video after it's done. You can only do it after the live. I've been getting hyped up. This channel is growing leaps and bounds because of all of you. Each one of you really is a contributor of getting the information on Nancy Guthrie out there. How do you do that? By making sure and supporting those that are being the voice, that are being the voice for the voiceless. You are given a platform here to be that voice. I am sharing that with you because I am just like you. I want the truth and justice, true justice for Nancy Guthrie. So say a prayer that the truth will be released and that we find out what happened. In the meantime, I would like to say we're going to do the time warp again. It's just to jump to your right and bring your knees in tight. We're going to be doing that. We're going to jump over. We're going to hand it over just today to our private eye members. They are top notch at asking the best questions. And me and you will listen to the questions and I'll pull some cards and see what Jesus gives us as the answer. I appreciate you so much and I love you. And happy Easter. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Trish. Happy Easter to all of you that are in other countries. The U.S. where I am, we have not had Easter yet. But if you are in that area, I hope you have a wonderful Easter. All right, my lovelies. I will see you again. Bye for now.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think they